Well, the trip that started her on that route started on that highway, and even before then, because there's such a thing as, a mental state. Okay, everything starts with the mind. What is the mental state of a white person with a badge and a gun who pulls you over? You better start thinking about that before you open your mouth and say anything. Not what you're thinking about. You got to thinking about what that person is thinking about who's approaching your car in that rear view mirror and walking up to you and say, "Can I see your license and registration, please?" You might be listening to the voice of sudden death. And in the system of white supremacy, that might not be a police officer. That might be a person who is pretending to be a police officer.
A race soldier.
That person might be a race soldier.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is, you may be looking in the face of sudden death, and chances are you are. You're going to be dead in about 10 minutes. You just don't know it. Because that plan was made before you were even pulled over. All right? So you act like you're a captured soldier in enemy territory, and you act accordingly. You have no rights. Don't start talking about your rights. Period. You're looking at sudden death, whether you realize it or not. You're not going to see anybody tomorrow. In 10 minutes, you're going to be dead. Every black person on the planet should think like that. Should think like that. Get that in your head before you put anything else in there.
So are you saying it's her fault?
I'm saying that's the way I always look at it.
Mm-hmm.
If I see some lights in my rear view mirror, I'm saying, oh boy, I am in serious trouble. I don't care if I'm just being pulled over because they're just making routine checks on, because they heard that, that there was a suspicious car in the neighborhood and all like that. I don't know what the reason is, but I assume that I am going to be dead in 10 minutes or less. I make that assumption myself right now, every day that I'm breathing.
Why
it turns out that it's,
mm-hmm.
a black officer or a white officer that comes up, even a rookie white officer, what the so-called. And he comes up and says, "Get out of the car." Without saying anything else, get out of the car, just like that.
So are you saying that it's her fault for not following?
I'm going to get out of that car.
Okay.
No, the fault is I have to remember where I am. I am a captured enemy of the state of the system of white supremacy.
Okay.
All right? I'm in captivity already. Now, in that captivity, I assume that anybody wearing a badge and a gun who is white, particularly, may be a race soldier in a system of white supremacy. And I act accordingly.